What's up, everybody? Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, and a bunch of others. So, I have a topic today. Who's your favorite bands? What are the bands that influenced you to become a musician or want to play music? I would have to say the very first was Chicago. Actually, the very first musician would have been Glenn Campbell for me. I was probably 3. He pulls this thing out of his pocket and he starts doing this crazy stuff on the guitar, which was, for me, the Pick Up Destiny. So whatever that was that he pulled out of his pocket, I was like, Dad, you gotta get me that. Whatever he pulled out of his pocket was magical. I think I was 3 or 4. And, you know, the funny thing is, the pick. Whether if you're righty, your right hand with your pick. If you're lefty, you pick with your left hand. What makes great guitar players is that right hand. If you're right-handed or your left hand, it's that pick. So at 3 or 4 years old, I was destined. I figured it out. It was the right hand. Though, as years went by, my right hand always needed work. Because I didn't know. I thought it was always like you have to play real fast with your fingers, you know? So, combine the two together, it's really kind of cool. So, yeah, guitar, very first influence was Glenn Campbell. And then bands, the first band was Led Zeppelin. Way down inside, woman, you need me. Yeah. And then Kiss. I want to rock and roll all night. How can you not love Kiss? It's the greatest show on earth. If you've never been to a Kiss show, you better get out there and book it because I think they really are going to retire. I seen their first farewell tour back in the 90s, and they put the makeup back on. I took my oldest boy, which is now like in his upper 30s. So I took him to go see Kiss, and their farewell tour, which was probably over 20 years ago with my friend Kevin Grady. I think it was me, Kevin, Lance. And so yes, the other band was Alice Cooper too, right around when Zeppelin in the 70s. My cousin Carrie played in a band called the Bitter Creek Band, and he was a drummer, and he showed me how to play 29624 by Chicago. So usually the first riff for a guitar player is Smoke on the Water. But for me, it was 29624. Great song. So then there was Alice Cooper. I mean, how can you not love Alice Cooper? He cuts people's heads off on stage, or his own head. I think it was his own head. If you haven't never seen an Alice Cooper show, go see an Alice Cooper show. You won't be disappointed. Another great show. Not as quite as Kiss, or the Trans-Siberian Orchestra, great show too. If you're into classical, I mean, if you're just looking for a hard rock thing, Trans-Siberian probably isn't as you think. Great for Christmas though. Put on a great Christmas show. Chris Caffrey, great guitar player. And then in the mid 70s, Bon Scott. Bon Scott was my first vocalist influence. Whenever I was in a band, and when you're in your teens or before your teens, finding a lead vocalist was almost impossible. So whoever could sing would become the lead vocalist. So I've always had a voice. I have a high voice, so it's easy for me to sing. That's why I'm still able to sing. I was never into that falsetto thing. I got some videos of the last project I was in. The band was looking for a vocalist, and the type of material they're doing. We're doing this all crazy falsetto stuff, like not Man of War, King Diamond. Yeah, nothing I'm interested in or ever want to sing like. It just sounded and the idea of it seemed painful. So, and I told the guy, listen, man, if you're looking for that type of vocalist, it ain't me. I sing from the gut. I get that, you know, Dio, Ronnie James Dio, sort of just, a month or so before he died, he was on stage singing. He had that, he sang from his gut. He didn't use falsetto. Another example, John Bon Jovi. But anyway, back to AC/DC. Of course, Angus. I mean, those that tone. There's nothing like it, you know. And I love Van Halen, his tone, and I love Malcolm and Angus Young's tone, guitar tone. But when you, in all actual, I don't think there's really that much of a difference. I don't know if there's a big difference in the tone. So, of course, Eddie uses a lot of effects, where Angus just plugs in, and Malcolm just plugs in straight to a Marshall, and no effects. But I think when it comes down to it, it's the tone. So in the past couple days, I've been redoing my pedals and rearranging. It's funny how if you put, let's say, a boost before your distortion, how differently it sounds. Or if you take your boost and you put it after your distortion, before or after, excuse me, it sounds completely different. So, and delay, I always, I change things around so much that I change everything. So the pedals are Velcroed, and my board, let me get my board. This is just, I just use a piece of wood and put some Velcro on it. I think it's more fun building your own boards. I have professional boards, that are made from different companies, but I think it's exciting to build your own stuff. It's so simple, And let me see if I can switch over. I got 3 others that have all my pedals on it. Let me see where. There we go. I can move one of these cameras down. Let's see with this other camera. Yeah, use that camera. I'll bring it down to my pedal boards. Cable's gonna. I don't know if anybody can see that, but yeah, they're just boards. That's my mic stand. That's no way. So there's my pedal boards. So I want to put some light on the subject. Got natural light. I got the window open. Get around all these cables. So this here, once again, just a board. That's the back of it. This is the one if I was to do a gig, local bar, local gig, this is what I would use. I'm not into playing local bars. I'm not into playing at bars. I'd rather teach. But if it calls, if I can help out, do a benefit, something like that. Or if there's something that would be constructive, I would be into doing local gigs. Otherwise, I'd rather just hang at home, watch Happy Day reruns with Robin. So, yeah. This is going to probably be my for wet sounds. So I run 2 amps in the live stream room, and 2 different tones. I like to call it Eddie Van Halen and AC/DC, or Van Halen, AC/DC. 2 of my favorite tones, and I'm always experimenting with it. I think that's what makes music fun. It's like building my own pedal boards. Yeah. Why would I want somebody else to have all the fun? I want the fun. So today there's natural light. Let me see if I can. Here's the. Oh, that's my pedal board. And there's the front door. Natural light. It's the best. It really is. Makes me look wonderful. So, let me see how many minutes I'm into this. I can't tell. Oh, 11 minutes. Yeah, 11 minutes. Time flies when you're having fun. So, tonight I'm going to work on analytics, Google Analytics. I have Google Ads I work on. So, it's really cool to, communicate with the rest of the country via video, live streaming, internet, and help other people. So if anybody's listening, take care of each other. And this is my 30-day challenge. I think this is like day 8 or day 9. I did miss one day. Not so bad. 1 out of 8 or 9 ain't so bad. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow. So, peace. Peace.